Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book your personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the week ahead has in store for you. For your key to the week, you have the Death card. This is your card because it represents the sign of Scorpio. And yes, it's about culminations, it's about endings and completions, but this is about allowing things that are ready to come to an end, come to their natural end. So when you see this card, it's not one to be feared, it's just one to be acknowledged. And very often when this card shows up, it's highlighting something that has already seen its kind of, it's seen its best and brightest, and now it's time to be let go. Now it's time to be phased out. So what is it in your life this week that you are either fully aware of, or maybe subconsciously aware that something is coming to an end, a completion, or a change? This is that moment to let it go with dignity and grace, and effectively plan for whatever else it is that comes in from here on in. For your actions and options, you have the Sun card, baby. This is great, right? Because it means that whatever you are letting go of this week, whatever internal space you are freeing up, you're doing it completely in alignment with who you truly are. Remember, the sun in astrology, when it comes to your chart, this represents who you really are, right? It represents the essence or the core of who you are. And the fact that you've got this in your actions and options means that in a lot of ways, this week you are presenting yourself as nothing, not that you ever do anything else, but this week you're presenting yourself as just who you are. It's kind of like, this is me, warts and all, good, bad, and ugly. You're either going to love me for it or you're going to hate me for it, but either which way, I'm going to express all of who I truly am. This is a great week. You could be having a lot of fun, a lot of laughter, even with some of the challenging stuff that's taking place this week. You could be looking for that easier experience of life and just saying to yourself, you know what? That's what I want right now. That's what I need right now. And that's what I choose to focus on. For your communications and conversations, you have the Three of Pentacles. So this week it's going to see you really going after something, and I actually feel like for a lot of you, you could be picking up an old course, an old mode of healing. Maybe it is something to do with healing that you're picking up. Freudian slip, methinks. This week you could be picking something up that you maybe haven't done for a while, or maybe you're getting started on something that you've wanted to learn or to gather or to gain for some time, but you haven't really made any moves with it. You haven't made any kind of forward momentum with it, so to speak, which is actually really exciting, because in a lot of ways the Three of Pentacles is about learning, gathering information. It does suggest that this week as well, because you've got the Sun card there, if don't shoot the messenger, if this week somebody tries to tell you something and you think, don't rain on my parade, don't piss on my fireworks, let me just enjoy my moment, I feel good, everything's great, leave me alone. It might be that somebody's trying to highlight something to you that you are maybe aware of at the periphery, but you haven't really truly acknowledged for exactly what it is. This is a moment in time where there might be a communication this week that you refuse to hear. And it may very well be at your own peril at a later date. So if somebody, a friend, a colleague, whatever, highlights something to you this week, and you think to yourself, oh, you might just dismiss it as nothing. It may be that there's more of a grain of truth in there than you maybe care to admit at this moment in time. So just pay attention to, to whatever is said. And if you have some resistance to it, that's going to invite you to look at why you have resistance to it. All right. Don't just shoot it down. for your money and materials. Whatever it is that you're choosing to study this week or choosing to head towards, maybe it's a qualification, maybe it is some form of study, maybe it's a consolidation of all of the things that you've learned up until now. Maybe it's you finally using one of the skills that you have previously studied. It could lead you to a really lucrative experience, or with whatever else it is that you do. Your Four of Wands is always good news, celebrations, happiness. It's right underneath the Sun card. This week you could be hearing about a birth, or maybe a friend or a family member is purchasing a home, or you've got good news about that. It could be somebody that gets into the school that they want. It could be that somebody is getting engaged. For another select few of you, these cards could suggest that somebody is getting the all clear this week. Maybe somebody's come through a really intense healing journey with something, that could have been life-threatening, and this week you get the news that that person is all clear. So this could be some really great news in that respect as well. But your finances this week look absolutely brilliant. I really like this. For your home and environment, it looks like you're having a little bit of a shindig this week. Maybe not like a massive wild party or anything like that, but you're certainly inviting somebody into the home, and it looks like this person really gets your blood going. So very, very exciting. And then finally, for your physical health and vitality, no issues this week, none whatsoever. There's too much good energy here, even with the Death card, to see any, if there were any. Now, your love and relations, you have the Five of Cups. So this thing that somebody tries to tell you, it might be a partner. For those of you that are partnered, it might be somebody you are in a relationship with or have a connection to. And this week, again, it might be something that your partner is trying to tell you that you just kind of dismiss, that you throw away. And it's really important this week that you don't do that, because you could be throwing something away that actually for them is quite important. Now, for those of you that are single, there's lots of potentials around you. I just don't feel like any of them are connecting at the moment. It's kind of like, there's so many options, but so many, mismatches at the same time. You could be really conscious of this week. And also, I'm sorry to say, my dear Scorpios, this week you could be feeling a little bit lonely. So if that is the case, reach out to your people, to your tribe, connect with them. That will be one way to alleviate this. But yeah, it does feel like there's a bit of a lonely vibe. This could be one of those weeks where even if you are surrounded by people, you still feel relatively alone. So just something for you to be aware of this week. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. It looks like you will. Take care, and I'll see you soon.